So where are we right now?
We are in the basement of, well, small basement, almost like a place where they maybe did some canning or maybe had the water heater or something down here. And of the, what we call now the conference room, but it used to be where the ranch manager lived. That can, but this is the sort of the server center. There's a couple servers on the ground. This is the main monitoring computer. These are distribution amps for the video signals, and then various things that lets me bring in the video on cables. Some of them get put through an encoder that digitizes the analog signal and sends it out on the internet. When I was in Connecticut, I hooked up with a guy named Mike Root and also another guy named Mike Redmond. And Mike had been hiking around the area in northwest Connecticut that had quite a bit of open space, not on the magnitude of scale that we have here at the ranch and 135,000 acres of the national forest adjacent to us, but we were working in a lot of the wooded areas in northwest Connecticut, hiking around. He was hiking around looking for hawk nests, just fun, just a fun thing to do. And I just hooked up with him, and I thought that's pretty cool. And we started to find a lot of nests. And at some of them, we would set up blinds and watch. Especially, we did it at red-shouldered hawks and especially barred owls. Back then you put up a little 3x3 platform with a chicken wire and some cover over it, and a lawn chair, and with the barred owls we were watching at night, so we had this very dim red spotlight, a tape recorder, pen and paper, and we just we'd do shifts. One person would go in from 7 to midnight, and the next person would take midnight till dawn, and we were just writing down and recording and trying to associate their vocalizations with behavior. And then at some point, when I got out here, I never did any blind work here, but between that time in the late 70s and early 80s to even the mid 90s, I started messing around with cameras because they were relatively inexpensive. They weren't that big, and I thought, well, I remember doing this stuff and just trying to stay awake and write notes, and I'm thinking, if we could do this with a camera, wow, you just record it and look at it later when you're awake, and with the technology now, you can set things up to have motion sensing, so it's only going to grab stuff when there's movement and activity. And so initially, I did that on several nests out here just to record and see what was going on, and it was probably, I think I might have mentioned this to you before, probably around 10 years ago it was 10 years ago I started doing that with just cameras and for internal use here. But about 6-7 years ago, I just got with Jose Kim in our New York office, who was just top-notch IT guy. And I said, Jose, can we get this on the internet? And through this and that and figuring things out, we did. And then the whole process went into setting up the web page. How do you do it so that you maximize people knowing about looking at it and all that? So here we are. It's just it started out as like an easier way to observe these birds and learn something about them, to sharing it with other people, and people really seem to like to watch it. The one thing that I think about occasionally about this whole camera thing and the internet is, first of all, how ubiquitous everything. You have YouTube and all. I mean, and that how much people like to look at videos, and these cameras are by no means viral, but there are quite a few people watching them, and the interest and the fact that I'll see comments on the site that I know people are watching all the time. I'm thinking this is great. It's out there, and there's a good back and forth. I didn't expect that kind of reaction, or that kind of
that people really are so into it that they'll spend 3 or 4 hours just seeing what's going on and watching it, or going back through the comments and looking for somebody who posted, you know, something that happened last night on YouTube and they can see and learn something from it. I was kind of floored. Right now there's over 180,000 comments on the page. I never expected that. You know, I just initially, just as an aside, initially it was set up that I had approved comments. That quickly ended. It's like, there's no way I'm going to be saying yes to, you know, 1,000 comments a day or something. I just know. So.
Ready?
Yeah.